Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing? Today is October 2nd, 2025. Excuse me. Um, just sitting here, drinking some coffee, smoking smurb, and cruising social media. I make a lot of posts over on Facebook. I recently, about a month ago, I think it was on September 1st, actually, so it was about a month ago. I made a video slash stop, back up, repeat. I didn't make a video. I made a photo album called Stories. I don't know how many photo albums I have over there on my Facebook page, but I got a lot. A lot. I mean, I've had my Facebook page since technically I think it was 2006, but that was just the mobile app. I didn't actually get my actual other Facebook going until about 2008 once I got my first laptop. So anyway, um, I have a lot of photo albums over there because of the fact that I've had my Facebook page for many, many, many years. Anyway, um, all my photo albums represent something. They represent a specific subject of what can be found in that photo album. And once my photo albums reach 1,000 photos, I then archive the album and I go and put archive on the photo album. And then I'll usually make another photo album with the same name and then just call it, two. I've had to do that with several subjects simply because the information that I have and the uh, pictures that I had is just so overwhelming, you know? But I guess the point I'm trying to make is I've been posting a lot of information lately. Nobody ever engages on my posts that are political or conspiracy theory type posts where it's giving you actual information based off of facts and truth. But people don't want to engage with that kind of information. They'd rather live in la la land. But they'll definitely engage on my posts if they're about my grandchildren or feel good information, like uplifting, inspirational, um, posts about food or funnies or whatever. Feel good stuff. People will come to my page and usually like or sometimes comment or sometimes share a post like that. I guess I'm just tired of seeing that kind of mm, reaction. It's sort of disheartening, It doesn't really make me upset anymore. It's helped bring me to the realization how people truly are uh, in their behavior. It seems like the more that I don't really engage with the humans in real life, the more my fine tuning of observation has been really hyped, So my senses are a little bit more in tune than they used to be, so to speak. By me being, an observant person. I'm so observant. I've been told several times throughout my life that I should have been a private investigator. or a bounty hunter or something like that. Because I do have good investigation skills because of the fact that I'm a very observant person. I notice things that other people might not notice, or I hear things other people don't hear, you know. But anyways, I guess this is just the fact that, I'm seeing how humans are behaving to specific information. A lot of the information that's out there is propaganda. You got your leftist propaganda, you got your rightist propaganda. All designed just to keep us fighting and arguing with one another. Here's the thing, and here's how I see it. We the people are going to go down. America's going down unless we the people do something to stand up and show up and put up our dukes and fight if it comes down to it. We shouldn't be fighting each other, though, see? That's what the government wants. The government wants you fighting your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters. Because they don't want they don't want the curtain being opened by Toto, so to speak. And y'all seeing the man behind the curtain operating everything. They don't want that. They want us fighting amongst ourselves. This isn't a race war or a culture war. This is a class war. The billionaires versus the rest of the human race. Especially here in America. But it is a worldwide thing. Don't think that it's all just in one specific region of the world. It's all over. And there's certain things that have been implemented in this world in other regions that haven't reached other regions yet. But trust me, Americans, it's coming. Digital IDs coming. Social credit scores coming. All these things are coming unless we all stand up and come together. It doesn't matter what color skin we have. It doesn't matter if we believe in God or not. It doesn't matter if we're Christians or not. It doesn't matter what part of the world we live in. What matters is we're human beings. We all are the same. When it comes to certain things, we're all the same. We all require sleep. We all require food. We all require water. We all require some sort of shelter, some sort of clothing, some sort of way to keep ourselves clean. We all experience the gamut of emotions. We all experience fear. We all experience love. We all experience happiness, sadness, all these things. We, the humans, feel. Think about that. Think about that the next time you're having an emotion. Hold on to that feeling and then realize that's not just something you feel. That is something every single human being on the face of this planet feels at some point in time in their life. Regardless if they admit it or not. Just like some of these people that are narcissists. Why are they narcissists? Because inside, they're weak. That's why they have to present themselves to be more grandioso than they actually are. Because inside they're like the leader of the United States. The president of the United States is a very weak man internally. That's why he projects himself the way he projects himself. And that's why things are the way they are. He is just one of many. He is just a puppet on the world stage. See, that's the thing, is this is a stage. I see everything that goes on out, like in media, or that's on TV, or that's really popular in social media or whatever. To me, that is the world stage. And they're all actors and they're all actresses. And they're playing a specific role to control you in some shape, form, or fashion, to get you to do something that they want you to do. I've been awake since June of 2009, 6 months after I turned off my TV. And I used to talk about some of the things that are happening now way back then. Back then, it didn't really seem possible that these things would come about to be. I of course, thought back then that the people would not allow this to happen, would not allow this to take place. Surely these people are going to stand up against it. Surely these people's eyes will be awakened. These are the things that I thought in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13. Then I went homeless, so I wasn't really on social media as much. I still had my account. I still checked in whenever I had the ability to. But I wasn't online daily like I was when I was housed up. I was actually out there living it, experiencing life. Not sitting behind some computer. And then Daryl died. I got housed up again. And of course, I had my devices that I had obtained. And I was living indoors with a girl that had a nice computer setup, and she allowed me to use it as well. And so I started getting back into social media, seeing all the things that was going on, remembering all the things I'd learned. Then 2019 came. I left the state of Oregon, traveled for 3 weeks, going back to places that Daryl and I had been, so I could at least, have one last memory of being there and seeing some possible friends along the way. I make it to Colorado, and I was there during 2020 with my daughter, who was pregnant with my first granddaughter. When everything started happening in 2020, when places started shutting down, when the toilet paper scare, or when the toilet paper hoarding thing went on, and the grocery shelves were starting to get emptied, I thought, oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. This is exactly what they want. But when everybody complied, I was pretty disheartened by that. It broke my heart to see all these people so willingly give up their rights, so willingly just throw on a mask for the safety, for their safety, right? So willingly to stand apart 6 feet from another human. You know what's funny is our electromagnetic aura, electromagnetic energy field is 6 feet away from our body. That's how much it expands. Why do you think they made it the distancing 6 feet or more? Because they didn't want people to connect. See, that's the thing. They don't want people to connect. They want people to be disconnected. I think it's time that we all turn off our social media, walk outside into our towns, and start meeting our neighbors. Start knocking on doors. Start getting to know the people that we actually live amongst in our communities. I mean, that's the way it was when I was a kid growing up. When I was a kid growing up here in town, everybody knew everybody. Everybody had porch talks where your neighbors on your particular street would get together and on somebody's front porch or in their driveway, sit around and have chit chats about life while the kids are outside playing with the other kids. And then once the adults are done conversating, us kids are all gathered up by our prospective parents and we go back to our houses. That's the way it used to be. Nowadays, people are in such a hurry to get to and fro, to do all the things they need to do. Why? Because they've been programmed to think that these things are normal and natural. And when the truth of the matter is about it, there's nothing normal or natural about the way people live in society nowadays. There's nothing normal or natural about getting up and going and working a 9-to-5 job 5 days a week. Having the weekends off if you're lucky. Me, I get Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays off. I've been told by my corporation that I work for that they can't afford to give anybody more than what they get. But the truth of the matter is they can. They just don't want to. Why? Because then that would put those people in a different category. See, most corporations don't want employees that are full-time anymore because if they have full-time employees, then they have to give those full-time employees better benefits or more. Their benefits basically are a little bit better than those that aren't working as much. All I'm wanting to work is 35 hours a week, but 32 hours a week is the new full-time. So I'll never get anything 32 hours or more unless it's because somebody calls in. They call me into work. And I decide to work that extra day. That happened today. I could have worked today. Same girl that called in a couple of weeks ago called in again today. I think it was a Thursday, 2 weeks ago, she called in. And I didn't cover for her. Then the next week, another lady needed to have her shift covered, and I gladly covered her shift. Today, the same girl called in that called in 2 weeks ago that I didn't cover for, and I didn't cover for her again today. But that's the only way I'd ever get extra hours over the 28 to 30 hours that they schedule me per week. I don't know. I could rant and rave on and on and on about how the system is broken. How the corruption runs so deep and has been running deep for decades, centuries, before we were even born. Anyways, peace, love, hugs, nugs. I'll probably wind up reloading a fresh bowl, fresh cup of coffee, upload this video, and go back to cruising the Booby Tube roads. Or go hang out over in Free Face Crack Land where nobody ever comes around to visit me unless it's something that feels good to interact with me on. Anyway, until the next time, I'm out.